fellow knitters, how are you? Today is August the 3rd, 2023, and you're watching Recreational Knitting. My name is Karen, and I welcome you to this beautiful place called Recreational State Park in Florida. We're close to the Gulf Coast here and very close to the Fort Myers area. This is episode 61, I think. At least that's what my little book says. We'll see, of the regular podcast. I just wanted to get back with you before we leave this beautiful place and go to another beautiful place. We have served as volunteers here for 4 months and living out of our RV. It's a long story. We've been in it almost 4 years, 3 years and 8 months now. So taking a trip around the United States, and currently we're looking for real estate, and we'll be looking in the Palm Coast area of Florida, which is in between Jacksonville and Daytona, if you know Florida at all. So we're looking in that St. Augustine, Palm Coast area. So wish us luck. I think we're going to need it. It's a crazy market out there right now. You're here for the knitting, and I'm here for the knitting, and I'm going to show you 3 works of progress that I have been working very, very hard on. Plus, I've been working on sock tutorials to post. If you don't know about this, August 1st through August 31st, we're having a Sock Success Cal. I'll leave the details below how you can access a free pattern from our fellow knitter, KCL, who is Laura. That's the pattern she's offered to us for free, any viewer of this podcast. So I have been uploading some videos slowly, and we'll eventually get to that Kitchener stitch, I promise. It's easy. You can use the code, that'll be below, and hopefully you can start and join us. The second thing that we are involved in, or I'm involved in, crazy as I am, that we are going to have a cast-on party, thanks to the wonderful Valerie Fisher, who is a designer, knitter, crocheter, spinner, all of the things. I'm sure there's 22 other things she does beautifully. But thanks to her, we're going to have a Zoom cast-on party. So that is going to be held on August the 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that's New York City time, Eastern Daylight Time. So I'm really bad with time zones. That's on you to figure it out. Please join us. The information on that will be on Ravelry under my page, or whatever you call that, my group, my forum, Recreational Knitting Podcast. And there's a special place where it talks about Cast On Party, and there will be codes and all of that. Download Zoom now if you're interested, so you'll have the most updated version, and hope to see you there. So we'll hope you'll be there on Sunday, and the rules of the cast on party are that there really are no rules. You cast on what you want, or if you don't want to cast on, if you're a monogamous knitter, I'm not sure who you are, but you can bring your knitting, just chit chat. It's like a knit night, only it's on YouTube. Okay, you're here for the knitting, so am I. I'm going to show you 3 sweaters that I've been working on diligently in the midst of all this chaos. The first one, would it be my podcast without an Anchor summer shirt by Petite Knit? You guys haven't seen this in a few weeks because I really didn't work on it. But this is made with Remix Light. Surprise. Here's the ball band, Remix Light. I love this yarn. It's really easy to wear in summer. So I would recommend it for any summer top that you're considering. There's the deets. We've got 30% nylon. I can't see the cotton, acrylic, silk and linen. Hopefully you can see that, and it hopefully is going to be legible. And this is my progress. I was here the last time I showed you. This is made with a light gray. I don't know whether you can really see it very well. The stitches, it looks tweedy. What's this? Oh, it's just a piece of tweed there. Looked like a hole. That's what the yarn looks like. I believe I've seen it listed as a light gray, but everybody needs a light or a gray top. You know, wear with black slacks, wear with navy blue, goes with everything. Very neutral. I love this top. I said I wouldn't make any more, but I'm positive that I will. It's one of those that is perfect for me. It has enough on the top to keep me interested, and by the time that I reach the end of that, we've got stockinette, and I love to go round and round. So, and then it will have sleeves that come down to about here where my t-shirt comes down. I add a little more length because I have wings. So, yeah, it's great to get old, isn't it? The option isn't great. So, that's my Anchor summer shirt. And highly recommend the yarn Remix Light by Barocco. Highly recommend the pattern. I'm certainly getting my money's worth out of this. If any of you know our designer here, tell her she's made my wardrobe, half of it anyway. So that's in a lovely plastic bag that came directly from Amazon with a bike seat cover. Yeah, I'm fancy like that. Yeah, so the next one I'm going to show you, it's almost done. If it didn't have 2 miles of I-cord, it would have been done. This is the perfect knit t-shirt. And it really is a lovely pattern. I think this is a free one. It's by Caitlin Barthold. If it is free, download it, because you just never know. I'm using a mix of cotton and bamboo, made by Stylecraft, and that is 60 bamboo, 40% cotton. Highly recommend this yarn. It's a bit slick, but I'm used to it now. All right, let's see where I can show you. All right, I think the last time I showed you, no, I had to be down here and here because I hadn't done anything with sleeves. But I've done my I-cord. Nothing is blocked. I'm hoping the little wrinkles. I think I did a pretty good job with my I-cord, given that I was ready to, you know, put a gun to my head. But yeah, can you see the I-cord? This is made in coral, however you would like to say it. Hoping these block out. And I've got the neck and the 2 sleeves all done. And I'm down to about maybe 5 or 6 more rows of the actual body. I haven't tried it on recently, so that's my guess, is that 5 or 6-ish more rows, and then that too will get I-cord binding. So yeah, that's the only bad part about this particular sweater. But this fits me so well, fits me like a glove. And part of it is the drape that you're going to get with the bamboo and cotton mix. But yes, this is a really good color. This comes down lower, but I'm just trying to cover up my green shirt. But yeah, so hopefully next time I'll have a screaming goat finished object as well as a beautiful coral summer shirt. So yeah, I've been knitting. Yeah. So I'm very, very, very pleased with how that's coming out. And if you like I-cord, this is the knit for you. It does make a beautiful ending to sleeves, neck, and the body. It really is beautiful. I forgot my mic today. I'm hoping that all this goes well and it hasn't been for naught. So, yes, we're getting ready to move tomorrow to our new assignment, and so everything's being packed away. And last, but certainly not least, is the Salty Air Tea. This is the one that you guys voted on, and you did such a great job. I really appreciate it. This is a beautiful pattern. It is very, very well written. I'm going to assume that Samantha Gurin writes all of her patterns so well. She's got about 3 of these summer tees. They're all similar, but they have a little bit different lace component. But I imagine they're all equally as well written. She has it charted as well as written. I'm not a chart girl. My first love was cross stitch, and as a result, that has put me in a category that can't read knitting charts. Everybody tells me this is how you do it, and it makes sense at that moment, and then I get messed up. Just me. But you also voted on the yarn. Has the price tag on it. This is Jody Long Alba. Highly recommend this yarn. This is what the color is. Matches my trees in the background. I planned it that way. No, I didn't. But it is beautiful. It's a tweedy. You can see some of the flecks in it. It has alpaca in it, it has viscose in it, and it has wool in it. So it's more of a fall, spring, if you are in most climates in the United States, or if you're in Florida, it'll be a winter knit. But lovely, still this. You guys did a great job of picking it out. And this is it. I think where this marker, let me get the leaf off of it first. I believe I've made a couple inches progress since I've seen you last. I think I showed it to you as I put it on in my bedroom. So I've done what, maybe 4 inches, something like that on the body. So, and the sleeves will come down longer than she gives in her pattern. Again, wings. So that's it. Is that not lovely? I'll hold it up for those of you that haven't seen the lace, and of course, once blocked, that will be even more beautiful. I have to say that I'm not a huge fan of lace. This is very easy. She tells you exactly where to place your markers, what to do, and the fact that it goes straight down, it doesn't do any of the fluctuations. It stays in that 18 inches or whatever, however many stitches that is. 18 stitches, not 18 inches. Yeah, and that is what you continue with. I've worked lace patterns where, you know, things start, you know, shift like this with a designer. That makes my head spin, doesn't take a whole lot. So I'm very, very pleased with the way this is turning out. And I'm in no rush to get this one done just because it's going to be more for winter. But yeah. And right now, the thoughts of putting this on make me crazy. So that's that. 3 sweaters. I was hoping to get the coral one off the needles before I started the what do you call it, the cast on party. Oh, a brain is a terrible thing to waste. And I still am close, so I don't feel too bad about casting on. I plan to cast on 3 sweaters. That's my plan. We'll see how it goes. If I'm in love with the first cast on, I just might continue with it and say, we'll do another cast on party as the fall proceeds. Now, if you're not interested, I'm going to try to also bring in books that I've read. Love books. I used to, I started a book club when I came to Florida, and we read some really excellent books. And I've kind of gotten away from that because I don't have a book club any longer. Traveling has made that crazy. When we started this trip, I was going to find the Barnes and Noble and do their book club, and then, you know, COVID, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to tell you anymore. So I kind of got out of reading more and knitting. I kind of got out of that habit, and then I would, you know, just knit. So I just wanted to tell you about 2 books that I've recently finished. It's called Little Monsters, and it's more contemporary fiction, and it's by Adrienne Broder, Broeder. It's contemporary. It's set on Cape Cod in Wellfleet, Massachusetts, which is close to where my husband grew up, and I love the Cape, and I particularly love Wellfleet. And if you ever visit, there's an excellent restaurant with the best clam chowder ever. And there used to be, I haven't been there for 3 years. There used to be a used bookstore right next to that restaurant. And if you're into books, it's heaven. I don't get a dime from either. So, this book is about family secrets, dysfunction, and I give it a 4 stars. I rarely give a book 5 stars, but this would be close. It kept my interest throughout. I found myself wanting to read every night, and it was very interesting to me. It is set in 2016, right before the election. So there's some of that within the family unit of what that election brought in the United States. And I would look at it through the library services wherever you are, if you're interested. And then something that I finished several months ago, because I was late to the party, was Spare by Prince Harry. The fact that it was ghostwritten, it was well written. I listened to it. It was an audiobook, and it was narrated by him. And whatever you think of the royal family, whatever you think of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, it's an interesting read. It tells a little backstory of how he felt as a child and losing his mother at such a young age, and how the paparazzi really did form his childhood. And we all know childhood trauma is real. Many of us have it, and many of us have lived to tell the story. And I think that Prince Harry has really done a nice job. And again, I say that as an American who doesn't really know the monarchy, nor do I have any feelings one way or another about it. So, this coming week, I will be starting Unraveling by Peggy, can't read my own writing, Orenstein. This was written by Peggy during COVID, about her experiences during COVID, about how she learns to shear a sheep and take that wool and continue the process through spinning, through cleaning and carding and spinning and making yarn and knitting a sweater. So that will be interesting. I'm looking forward to reading that. Do you have any good books that you would like to share? Leave them down below. I'd love to hear about them. I'm always looking for a great book to read. I usually try to read the Man Booker Prize winner, and I haven't done that since COVID, so I have about 4 years to catch, so I'll be busy. This will be my last podcast from Recreational. Enjoy. The next podcast likely will be from the beach area. Yes, it ought to be interesting, working at a beach during the summer, and helping in the ranger station and helping with some maintenance as well. So I'll likely be using a paintbrush, painting signs, painting benches, painting all of it. So yeah, so maybe I'll take you on a day with me so you can watch me sweat. Yeah. So anyway, on that note, I'm hard with goodbyes, and I'll miss this place. And I think we have a kayaker coming up behind us. And on that note, knit in peace.